So we're here with the Made in New York podcast with AJ Lavilla at his first pop-up show down in LES. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do.
What up, y'all? Shout out everybody that came out last night to my The Dream is Real pop-up. I go by the name of AJ Lavilla. I'm a self-taught visual artist, creative, just all-around creative, man. Born in the Philippines, grew up in New York, and we're here today live at my pop-up exhibit, Lower East Side, New York City, living this dream.
So when did you start creating art?
I would say I'm all around creative. Like I said earlier, I used to make music, so that's an art as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was my first love, man. Music was my first love. I was doing that when I was in high school.
All right.
I was just messing around with a beat pattern, hammerhead. I was just messing with that, and my boy's girl came through my house in high school, and then she was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm just doing this beat thing." She goes like, "Yo, my boyfriend, he makes music. He really produced. He put me on Fruity Loops."
Okay.
This was in high school.
Yeah.
And along the way, I was just painting at the same time. So really it depends on which angle you wanna look at, painting or all around being creative.
Mm-hmm.
So and I had a clothing line as well.
Okay.
I had different creative outlets, man, just to be creative, Like I said, I had a sneaker documentary. I have 2 episodes on YouTube.
Okay.
The program was called Shoe Story NY.
All right.
We would go around New York City, would hang out in Kith, Extra Butter, down here in Soho. We would go around here, take photos of people's sneakers.
That's dope.
And we asked them the story about it.
Yeah.
And we would go to sneaker cons, all these sneaker events. So yeah, man, all around creative. Like I said, been creative since high school, I would say. Yeah.
So when did you realize that you could make a living off of being creative?
Ooh, that's a dope question, bro. 2015. I posted up my first painting in Instagram. I posted it up. Some gallery hit me on IG. They asked me if I want to send some artwork. I thought there was a joke because I didn't really trust internet back then. So I did some research, found out they're legit. I tried sending them to my artworks. Within less than a month, maybe 2-3 weeks, it sold. That's what gave me confidence. Mm-hmm. So 2015 maybe, and that was putting my artwork online and sharing them, and Snapchat with the story. That was when I realized my artwork was selling. But in the music side, I've been after high school I started making beats, selling them to my friends and leasing some of them. And then I ended up recording. I became a self-taught audio engineer.
Okay.
I made a whole album, mix the beat, edit the beat, vocal, record it, engineered the vocal, the whole session, put out the album on iTunes.
That's cool. So you said you came from the Philippines to New York. How old were you when you came to New York?
I was, I believe, 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where and what part of New York did you? Have you been in New York since then?
Yeah,
Okay.
Just New York, man. We just lived here ever since. The first time we came here, we lived in Jamaica, and then we moved to the Bronx.
Okay.
I went to high school in the Bronx. I was the only Filipino there, and everybody else was black and Hispanic. It was a little bit culture shock, but it was exciting to me. It's it's a bunch of different people here,
Yeah. It's funny. I went to so I've been here my whole life, other than going away to college, and I went to I went to elementary school in South Ocean Park, right by JFK.
South Ocean.
And I was one of 5 white kids in the whole school, and I never saw anything of it. It was just oh, okay, And obviously, to me, I believe that there's a lot of the influence in me liking more urban culture than anything else that comes from that. Like I listen to music in the car and it's just straight dance hall or like hip hop. But it's just it's funny how New York is
how
that
diverse.
melting pot. And it continues to change. So so you've been here for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself dying here?
Hell no. Why would I die in New York, man? I see myself living the dream in New York. You know? But then, that's just if you ask me, right?
Right, no, absolutely.
But then, you know, there's also a concept of you never know. You know, what tomorrow may bring. I may be somewhere, whatever part of the world, and when it's your time, man, it's your time. I'm just happy to live and
I mean, do you see yourself living out life here in New York? Or at a certain point, are you like, you know what, I did it, I hit my magic number, I got enough of money, like, I want to go here, like...
No, not at all.
So you see yourself here?
No.
No.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just here for... All right, here's my thing, man. I want to establish my name here.
Okay.
Meaning, like, I want to make it as big as I can here, and then go back to my country. I want to help out my peoples, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I want to get to a point where I could just do shows here because New York is New York, right?
Right.
I have many clients here. So by the time I'll probably expand my name and get my name out there, I could be anywhere in the world. The only reason why I don't want to stay in New York, the rents are expensive, bro. To be honest, bro, like I could be in the Philippines and just spend $2 a day. You know, just because the cost of living.
So talk to me about that helping your people side of things.
There's many ways I want to do it. I want to be able to outsource in factories out there. Some people go to China; it's cheaper. That's not. I mean, you know, you could do that too. But my whole thing is I want to be able to help them. Meaning, like, oh yeah, you could do this. I want to put out. I put this out on Instagram the other day, man. I forgot the artist's name. Richard. He was selling his art to help the homeless.
Okay.
Right. So I want to do that. My whole point is just to build a center where the less fortunate kids could be educated, and I want to invite like artists out here to share their skills, to maybe do a residency out there. In that way, do codings, learn how to make art and learn the business of art, learn the social media, things like that. My friend is out there right now. We're he's in fashion. We're outsourcing like for clothing, cut and sew. So he's in Cebu. It's an island from the capital, away from the capital. But yeah, just those ways, man. You know what I mean? I want to be able to help artists out there too. Like introduce them to my clients.
Right.
So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because so I could provide a platform for them, not only for myself.
That's dope.
Thank you.
Has that always been a part of like who you are, like the essence of who you are?
Nah, dude, I'm an asshole, man. I used to be an asshole, man.
All right.
Art changed me.
Wow. When was that like moment?
That moment?
Yeah. Do you remember, or is it just like a progression?
Nah, dude, I remember everything. I remember everything that's a milestone in my life. 2016, I went back home, just the whole year soul searching. Who am I? What's my place in this world? What is my purpose? You know, things like that. I was in a dark place, but at the same time, it was a life-changing moment, because when my friend invited me to speak, it was like a random, like, yo, give a speech real quick to these kids. But before that, I was just watching them, because he does the art workshop. It was a public elementary school. He did a workshop. I loved how he works with the kids, you know, teaching them, and the joy in their faces, like, oh, they're making art, like, you know, they forget about their problems, bro. So that was one of the moments, and then I started doing the Dream Big, because I want the kids to see it, that someone from that island is going to make it, and I want them to be inspired by that as well.
That's dope. So, you got your show here, right? I was here last night. It was packed to the fucking gills. What's next?
after this, I have a group that's called Fresh Off the Boat Boys, called the Fobs. We just happen to all be Filipinos, but everyone is welcome. Any creative the Fobs is inspiring the next generation of young immigrants in New York City to just be creative, and we just happen to all be artists. So, but that's an outlet that I want to have a group show with them that we're gonna represent our culture, I guess, the Filipino culture. But then most of them grew up here. They've been to Philippines.
Right.
It's gonna be a cultural thing, I guess.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's not too crazy. It's just adding
Right. It's a
to that
different layer.
conversation.
Yeah.
That's one. Another one is maybe towards the end of the year, I want to do another holiday drop. I want to do another pop-up. The holiday drop is I did it last year just online, but this year I want to do a physical pop-up again. That particular event, all the artworks I make there, I donate to my charity, Protect Our Dream organization.
Okay.
That's in the Philippines.
All right. That's dope. So you got a lot going on.
I guess.
Yeah. So when you woke up this morning after last night, right? Did you have that moment where you were like, fuck? Or was it like, yep, I know this was gonna happen? Or like, what did you feel like this morning after last night?
My body was hurting, bro.
Yeah?
The past 3 days, we were just going in here, painting the walls, setting up things. But besides that, it was, how do you call that? It was premeditated. It was everything that happened last night. You're not the first to ask me how you feel.
Right.
Because some people, with this amount of works that you put out for a first show, this is fucking big. It's a lot of work. But to me, it was just like, yo, I want to push myself, how far I could go, how far I could take it.
Right.
And at the same time, I kind of like envisioned everything that was happening it was already done in my head.
Right.
I'm on my next already. But at the same time, I'm just physically embracing everything. I'm not, pushing or like trying too hard to do this and that, be doing too much. Nah, I'm just like, whatever happens is gonna happen, right? I'm just embracing everything. Like I wanna be able to interact with the walk-ins or my friends that haven't come.
Yeah. No, it's dope. So anything you want to leave us with? Because I see a lot of your like I see a lot of inspiration coming from the words that like you choose to tell the world through your art.
Okay, I could sum it up because I could talk to you all day about, right? I could sum it up. That's why I paused for a second. I'm like, which direction should we take this?
Yeah.
So if today was your last day, bro, what would you do? You know what I mean? Like that was how I translated that. To me, it's just me, because there's a lot of us dreamers out there, right, man? We don't get the shot like that. This doesn't happen every day. So I say like,
it happens if you make it though. It happens if you have the audacity to have the aspiration and your physicality and your mental is like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit.
Yeah, like, but yo, only a few of us do that, bro.
Right? Because most people are full of shit.
That's another thing.
And we're in such a shielded moment in society that people get hurt when you tell them what they really are. Like I may like you, but like when you tell me it's hard for you to do a pop-up twice a year, like then why are you trying to be a fucking artist? Like I think about that. Like I hear it and I'm just like, so there's always gonna be that aspect, right? And there's always only gonna be a select few that win because working 60 to 80 hours a week, just people don't have the fucking balls.
Yo, I don't even count, to be honest, I don't even count the hours I work. I just know I wake up at 10, be in the studio at 12, sometimes I leave at 2 in the morning, sometimes 3.
Right. But in that moment, you're in a different space.
Oh, totally, bro.
Yeah. So the hours don't make a fucking difference.
Nah.
Like me coming home after 12, 16-hour days, like I'm not like, fuck. I may be tired, like physically, because I'm fat and old, right? But like I'm not like, I don't want to do this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And occasionally in those mornings when I wake up and I'm like, oh, then I'm like, wait a second, I haven't taken a day off in 3. All right, Mike, you need a day off.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the circle at the top of people who are winning is very small, and there's more and more people now because of technology that can get there. Like it's very possible because of Instagram, because of Snapchat, because of every service, to become something because you have all of those other skills, but now have the platform. How do you see yourself, like I know you said basically the come up came originally from Instagram. Like, how do you see yourself in the next coming years as this just becomes more and more prevalent, using that in what you do?
Oh, I wanna be more interact. Like I wanna do more pop-ups, bro. I wanna be. Look, man. All right. Oh, that's a dope question. Look, I wanna be able, maybe on my next show. Who knows, right? Or maybe on a surprise, like a pop-up thing, like an album drop, surprise album drop, whatever, surprise pop-up. I want to be able to invite all my clients. One night, we're gonna set up a dinner, nice dinner, and kind of like do an art talk where I could explain each pieces, because I could easily do that on a video.
Right.
Maybe do that after, but interaction. Use the platform as the Instagram platform as like a promo platform, and then interact in real life, because we're losing a lot of that.
100%.
So I want to be able to like, yo, let's have a dinner, boom, 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 and then I'm gonna talk to you guys about my art. I wanna share my, my story through these canvases. I wanna be able to do that.
That's dope.
Like a human interaction kind of thing.
You can sell tickets to that shit.
Or that too.
To your clients.
Yeah.
Just another revenue stream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yo, that's a dope idea, Mike. Word, yo.
So before we wrap, like as we wrap, anything you want to leave us with?
Yeah, man, fight for that dream, because it's worth it. It's not necessarily all for ourselves, but it's for everyone. We may feel sometimes we're alone, but it's like that. I feel like it's that tunnel that, oh shit, it gets, slimmer and slimmer. You going in there by yourself, but then once you get out of it, it's where everyone's at the end of the race cheering for you. Those are all the dreamers and go-getters out there that just they also went through what you just did go through. But some people back out once they see the lights are off. Oh shit, I'm scared. But yeah, man, just keep pushing it, because it's worth it, bro. It's not. Don't even. Besides yourself, like it's for the next generation.
100%.
Really.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your time, bro.
Absolutely.